everybody. So we're here with Judy Herman, the BRAIN-tertainer. Tell us a little bit about yourself, how you got started in this.
Brain-tertainment is something that I've always done just personally. I love puzzles and word games, and I did that as a child and I did it as an adult. And when my mother started to exhibit some problems, we started clevering and playing word games. She liked doing the jumbles. She liked doing the word search. And so I started developing a program to work with her on. When Mother went up to a senior community in Teaneck, New Jersey, the activities director did not have anybody doing the kind of program that I was doing with my mother. And she said, if you think that it's working, she said, maybe when you come to visit, you might do a class. Now, I had been a teacher. That's my education. I was a high school English teacher, so I love words. So I went up and they came out and really loved it. And my mom said to me, she said, you were so good. She said, nobody fell asleep.
Yeah,
and nobody
that's always the benchmark.
And nobody left. I thought, there's my bar. I've got it. I can do this. So I was lucky enough to have that lovely activities director send an email to her colleagues here in Florida. That was, if you can believe, 15 years ago now. I'm in 15 different communities each month now. My program is hands-on and we do things together, and it's just a wonderful experience that I have missed terribly in this past couple of months.
Okay, well, maybe we can give you the opportunity to tap into that a little bit. That's what we'd like to do.
I would love it.
Even though you can't see your audience here, I know that they are here really interested to hear about your program and to experience it. So take us away.
The advice that I give is practical. You know, when you get up from a chair and you go into the next room and then you stand there and you can't remember why you went into the room.
At least once a day.
I call that the hereafter moment. You get up and then you go and you say, now, what did I come in here after? So rather than have that happen, a quick tip, before you get up from wherever you are, say aloud, I'm going into the kitchen to get a drink of water, check the timer, make a phone call, whatever it is that you're doing, say it aloud. Because once you get to your destination, you'll hear in your mind's ear what you have said. You've alerted your brain to the fact that it's important, and that's what you need to do.
When I talk about memory, when I give my lectures, for me, those moments of where are my keys, where's my wallet, where's my cell phone, usually happen because we're just not present at the moment we put that thing down. When we think we're getting up to get a drink, but we're not really present, or worse, to check on something, because to drink, you're thirsty. To check on something, you get up and 4 things have taken your attention by the time you've left your chair to getting into the kitchen. And it's so easy to lose track of what you were thinking about. So it's not really cognitive decline so much as it is a decline in the level of attention we're paying to what we're doing.
Exactly. A lot of times it's not a retention issue, it's an attention issue. We're distracted all the time.
All the time.
Because it seems in general that we as a society, we hear a name, the name goes in and goes out unless we associate it with something. And then that creates a barrier the next time you see that person, because, you know, they come up to you and say, hey, David, how you doing? Hey, Barbara, it's good to see you. So I don't know.
Even worse would be if Anne were standing next to you and you needed to introduce her and she's giving you the elbow and you can't do it. No, you just pray that he'll introduce himself.
We have a signal for that. If you don't get introduced immediately, you just go, hey, I'm Anne. What's your name?
Exactly.
Yeah.
But think about all the stress we create internally just to get that name recognition, literally. versus the content or the experience of being with the person. It's like, you got to get over this hurdle. So I love it when it says, hello, my name is at an event.
Exactly. I have a little story about those name tags. For Halloween, there was a witches convention, and the requirement was that all the witches had to wear name tags. You know why?
You wouldn't know which witch is which?
Yes, ma'am. So you know yeah.
So let's take our viewers through a really good exercise.
In my classes, I like to have different types of puzzles and word games to activate different areas of the brain. So something like a word search puzzle, where you're using focus and concentration and looking across and diagonally. These are different ways of utilizing your brain that you may not do on a regular basis. Other types of puzzles activate connective areas in the brain. I have one, for example, that helps with association, because very often words are combined with other words, and that's how we remember them. One word is like a cue or a clue to the next. So I call one of my sheets this and that. So if I say blank and seek, you would say hide and seek. Blank and match, mix and match. Ladies and...
We
were stumped. We were out of our element. I was thinking of a tennis match.
Lest you in the audience think that your brains are deteriorating. Look it up!
Good thing we studied last night, huh, honey?
Blank and spice.
Oh, mix and spice. Spick and span.
That's what I thought of.
Sugar and spice.
Sugar and spice, I knew it. Oh my gosh, we got to get that.
Blank and day.
Night.
Yes. Ding, ding, ding. Blank and crafts.
Franken crafts.
Blank and crafts.
Arts and crafts.
Arts and crafts. Good. Blank and shut.
Open and shut.
Good.
Good one.
Gin and tonic. Yes. Macaroni and
cheese.
Yeah, say cheese. Blank and thread.
Needle.
Okay. Blank.
Thank you.
We're so proud of ourselves.
Yeah. Thunder and
bolts.
Lightning.
Lightning. Yes.
A little
yes.
off, but I'm getting close.
Blank and found.
Oh, lost and found.
Very good.
Once I get John to the rhythm, I get better.
Yeah, then you get, well, you get the concept.
Mm-hmm.
That's terrific. That's the idea.
Right.
You start out simple with just 2 of these. It's like if you were going to do a jigsaw puzzle and you wanted to exercise your spatial ability, which is a good thing, would you start out with a 5,000 piece puzzle of the Milky Way? No. You start out with a 50-piece puzzle of a cow or a bottle of milk. You don't go huge until you can do the smaller stuff. So a lot of times people will say, well, that's too easy, but it's not.
I recently read that crossword puzzles are very good for the brain until they become easy.
Yes.
Okay, so talk to me about some of these games we see in the newspaper, we see online, we have on our phones. Which of those actually help and which are just sort of mental masturbation, really don't help? Feel good.
I think a variety of all of them. The best ones challenge areas either that you need to develop, because doing crossword puzzles all the time, you're going to get very good at crossword puzzles. If you don't challenge yourself to do it a little, and here's how you can add extra weight. Like when you're exercising, you want to add some weight or do more reps. When you're doing a puzzle, you can either try to do it quicker. So if you usually do, say, a jumble in 10 minutes from the newspaper, can you do it in 7? You put yourself into a little bit more of a time crunch. So you have to think faster. You have to be sharper. You can also do the degree of difficulty. I know people who do the New York Times, it's easier in the beginning of the week. They may stop Wednesday or Thursday. Keep going. Challenge yourself. Mm-hmm. If it's too much, you put it down. Here's another good tip. Put it down.
And then look up the word in the dictionary.
And then Google the words. No. And then